Yeah, good afternoon, people. We'll get started in a while, okay? Couple of more minutes. We're getting started. Once your friends join, we'll wait for them, okay? Okay, I don't see a lot of people joining anymore, so we'll get started, okay? So, which question were we in yesterday? Last question that we solved, not sure. I don't remember also. இதுக்கு தான் கலை வேணுங்கிறது. ஐ எக்ஸ்பெக்டட் திஸ். கலை தான் ஆன்சர் பண்ணுங்க. லெட்ஸ் வெயிட். ப்ரைவேட்டாக ஆன்சர் பண்ணியிருக்காரு, உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் தெரியாது. 28 ஹவர்ஸ்னு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வந்துச்சு சார், அந்த கொஸ்டின் தான் முடித்தோம் சார் அப்படின்னாரு. The ABC question, which is 28 hours on the question. ஏதாவது ஒருத்தருக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்துச்சா? எக்ஸப்ட் கலை எல்லா விஷயத்தையும் ஞாபகம் வச்சுப்பாரு. This question, right? Yes, okay. இந்த கொஸ்டின் முடிச்சோமா? This question did we finish? This one? Yes, we finished. Okay. Till here we finished. We'll see on the next question. Okay, next question is, okay, speed of a man sorry, speed of a man in still water is 5 kilometers per hour. The river is running at 3 kilometers per hour. The time taken to go to a place and come back is 10 hours. So what is the distance traveled? Speed of a man in still water is 5 kilometers per hour, and the river is running at 3 kilometers per hour. The total time to go to a place and come back in 10 hours is your question. Okay. So what is understandable here? Speed of a man in still water. So still water is going to be 5, and the river is running at 3. So which means downstream is how much? Upstream is how much? Downstream, upstream. So downstream is going to be plus 3, which is 8. Upstream is going to be minus 3, which is 2. Okay. So the time taken to go to a place and come back is 10 hours. 10 hours. So speed is in the ratio down is to up and pota. It's going to be 4 is to 1 because 8 is to 2. Then time taken will be in the ratio 1 is to 2. 1 is to 4. So 1 part of the time downstream and 4 parts of the time upstream, which means totally 5 parts. 5 parts, it takes how many hours? 10 hours. Just a minute. It's 10 hours for 5 parts, 10 hours, 5 parts is 10 hours now. 1 part is 2 hours. So 1 part is 2 hours means we know he himself, man going at downstream will go at 2 hours. So 2 hours if he travels 8 into 2, which is going to be 16 kilometers. Or else upstream per hour, he has to go for 8 hours. So 2 into 8 is again going to be 16. Okay. That's the answer for this, 16 kilometers. Vishnu, Naveen, Prashant, Jayashree all got the right answer except Kalai. Kalai வந்துட்டு, what is the total distance between distance traveled? Okay, comes back in 10 hours. Our total distance traveled is going to be what? A to B, correct. இதுதான் கலை மட்டும் தான் கரெக்டாக போட்டிருக்காரு. A to B போயிட்டு B to A வரணும், கரெக்டா? So total distance covered is going to be what? Year to year and year to year. We know downstream is going to be 16, upstream is also going to be 16. So total distance traveled is what? 32 kilometers. Answer is 32 kilometers. Good job. Prashant, Madan, everyone. Next question. Kalai, perfect. Next question. Okay, a boat is running at, I think this question only, I believe, yeah, the question now. A boat is running at, upstream takes 9 hours and 48 minutes to cover a certain distance, while it takes 7 hours to cover the same distance downstream. What is the ratio between the speed of the boat and the speed of the water current? Is your question. Speed of the boat and the speed of the water current. Manoj will come back there. Okay, don't worry. We'll finish this question. A boat running down upstream 9 hours and 48 minutes. A boat running. So what is the answer? 6:1 is what Prakash says. 6:1. Uday, Kalai, and Sureka, all of you all have given me the answer as 6:1. Also, Prakash was giving me 6:1. How many wants me to solve this question? Okay, so look at this. A boat running upstream takes 9 hours and 48 minutes to cover a certain distance, while it takes 7 hours to cover the same distance downstream. So 9 hours and 48 minutes upstream. Okay, upstream. And downstream it's going to be 7 hours. Okay. So what is the ratio between the speed of the boat and the speed of the water current? The question. So downstream it's going to be upstream it's going to be 9 hours and 48 minutes. So I'm taking as one part as 12 minutes. Yes, sir, 12 minutes and getting 12 minutes the kami 10 hours correct. So 10 hours to 12 minutes kami it's going to be what? It's going to be what upstream is going to take. It's going to be 10 hours. 10 hours now. One hour we have 12 minutes. So which means upstream will take 50 12 minutes. 10 hours it will take 50 12 minutes. But we have one lesser, so it's going to be 49 12 minutes. And for 7 hours, we'll have how much? 35 12 minutes. So the ratio is going to be 7:5. Upstream is to downstream, time taken. Then speed is going to be 5:7. So their question is, what is the ratio between the speed of the boat and speed of the water current? So then we know upstream speed is 5 now, downstream speed is 7 now. We know still water speed is going to be, still water is going to be 6. Then the water current is going to be 1. So ratio is 6:1. Ratio is 6:1. Alright, next question. A boat took 8 hours less to travel a certain distance downstream than to travel the same distance upstream. If the speed of the boat in still water is 9 kilometers per hour, then the speed of the stream is 3 kilometers per hour. What is the total time? How much In total, how much distance traveled by the boat? Prakash says 192, Jayashree says 96. Who wins it? Is it? So 96 kilometers. A boat took 8 hours less to travel a certain distance downstream than to travel the same distance upstream. The speed of the boat in still water is 9 kilometers per hour, and the speed of the stream is 3 kilometers per hour. How much distance travel in total? How much distance traveled by the boat is your question. Okay, so a boat took 8 hours to travel a distance downstream than to travel 8 hours less to travel this distance downstream than to travel the same distance upstream. If the speed of the boat in still water is 9, the speed of the stream, see, still water is going to be 9, speed of the stream and downstream is 3 kilometers per hour. So which means downstream is going to be 12 plus 3. Upstream it's going to be what? Minus 3, which is going to be 6 kilometers per hour. So speed downstream is to upstream is going to be in the ratio 2 is to 1. Then time taken will be what? 1 is to 2. So compared to this person is taking one part lesser time. Correct? So which is one part? That one part is nothing but 8 hours. One part is nothing but 8 hours. So which means 8 hours of the time is taken by this person at what speed? 12 kilometers per hour. So your distance traveled is going to be 12 into 8, which is 96 kilometers. The same thing if it is for the first person. What do you do for this person? Upstream is going to be 6. He takes 12. How many parts of the time? 16 parts of the time. 16 kilometer, 16 hours time. 16 into 6 is nothing but 96. Any one of this is right. Okay. Answer is going to be 96. Yeah. Total how much distance traveled by the boat. Okay. So, okay, they ask in total. Okay. So they're asking about total. So your answer is, yeah, 96 plus 96. Total distance is 96 into 2. Okay, I'm sorry, I just didn't notice it. So total distance is what they're asking for. So downstream is going to be 96. Upstream is also going to be 96. So it's going to be 192, which I did not notice. Okay, next question. Let me answer this question. A boat takes 16 hours for traveling downstream from point A to point B, coming back to point C, which is somewhere between A and B. If the speed of the boat in still water is 9 kilometers per hour, rate of speed stream is 6 kilometers per hour, then what is the distance between A and C? Is it 90? Okay, someone says 30, Sridhar says 30, and Prakash Naveen Prasad says 90. The boat takes 16 hours for traveling downstream from point A to point B and coming back to point C, which is somewhere between A and B. If the speed of the boat in still water is 9 kilometers per hour, the rate of stream is 6. What is the distance between A and B? So we know boat speed in still water is going to be, so we know still water, then we have downstream. Just a minute. So boat speed in still water is going to be uh, 9, and rate of current is 6 kilometers per hour, 15, and upstream is going to be 3. So a boat takes 16 hours for traveling downstream from point A to point B and coming back to point C, which is between A and B. The speed of the boat in still water is 9 kilometers per hour, and real rate of stream is 6 kilometers per hour. Then what is the distance between A and C? I'm sorry, just a minute. So what is understandable here is, so boat speed in still water, okay, still water it's going to be, boat speed in still water it's going to be 9 kilometers per hour, okay, still water it's going to be 9 kilometers per hour, and the rate of the stream is going to be, still water is going to be 9, still water rate of stream is going to be 6 kilometers, which means downstream is going to be 15, upstream is going to be 3. Okay, so what is the distance between A and C is their question. So which means a person has gone for 16 hours for traveling from A to B and coming back to C. A to B is gone and he comes back to C. Okay, A to B is gone and he's come back to C. Okay. Okay. So that means for entire time of A, we know the speeds ratio is 5 is to 1. So the time taken will also be what? 1 is to 5. Similar to previous questions that we've done. Just try this. Tell me what's the answer, 30 or 90? So what does that we get? See, speeds in the ratio 1:5, so the time taken will be in the ratio 5:1. Clear? So which means for upstream you will take 5 parts of the time and downstream will take 1 part of the time. Correct? So what is understandable is he's gone to A to B and he's come back to C, which means upstream line is going to take only 2.5 times of the time. 2.5 times of the time. So 2.5 times of the time, which becomes downstream, it's going to be 1 part of the time, and upstream, it's going to be 2.5 times. Totally together, it's going to be 3.5 times of the time. 3.5 times of the time, correct? So if it's 3.5 times, it's going to be how many hours? 16 hours. 3.5 is going to be 16 hours. So then what is the distance between A and C is their question, okay? Okay, maybe they're saying somewhere in between, okay. So if in case that is the thing, a boat takes 16 hours for traveling somewhere in point A to B and comes back to C, so somewhere between A and B. So here he takes, you know, 15 and it's going to be 1. 5:1 is the ratio. So 5 parts going downward and 1 part coming upward. Sorry, down 1 part downward and 5 parts upward. So are you sure it's going to be 30? Since we are not having any clear, okay, maybe because we have the speed ratio. Only thing is like we have speed ratio is 5:1, so the time taken ratio we can take it as 1:5. What that we could take here is only thing, what is the distance between A and C is the question. What is the distance between A and C? So they have told the total time for A to B and coming back to C, A to B and coming back to C. Okay. So they've got it as 16 hours and they've told 1:5 is the time taken ratio. So which means it is divisible by 6. And the perspective lapata, this can be eliminated. I can look at these three options. So these three options I'm taking into consideration. It becomes 1 part of the time, 1 part of the time downstream, and totally it's going to be 30 kilometers is what is given, 30 kilometers. With 30 kilometers now, downstream for a certain period of time, and it goes back upstream. So So if that is the case, we get 5 parts. If I go 30 kilometers, I divide 5 parts. So 25 kilometers upstream, 25 kilometers downstream, and 5 kilometers upstream. That's not possible. So 25, 5, it's not possible. If I take 60, I may take it as 50 kilometers downstream, 50 kilometers downstream, and 5 kilometers upstream. Sorry, 10 kilometers upstream, 50 kilometers downstream, and 5 kilometers upstream. 5 kilometers upstream, okay, 50 kilometers downstream and 5 kilometers upstream. Sorry, 10 kilometers upstream, 10 kilometers upstream. So 10 kilometers upstream now, it's going to be, totally it's going to be 16 hours. Okay, we'll come back to this question, okay, we'll come back to this question at last. Next. Okay, try giving this answer for this question. We'll come back to this question. A boat going upstream takes 8 hours and 24 minutes to cover a certain distance, while it takes 5 hours to cover 5/7 of the same distance downstream. Then the ratio of the speed of the boat to the speed of the water current is. So very obvious here. Upstream it takes 8 hours and 24 minutes. Okay, 8 hours and 24 minutes. So 8 hours and 24 minutes is upstream time. For traveling 5/7 of the distance, it takes 5 hours, which means the entire distance it will take. For downstream, it will take 7 hours. Am I clear? 7 hours here, and it's going to be 8 hours and 24 minutes here. So if that is the ratio, what do I get here is 35. Here I'll get 42. So time taken is in the ratio 6:5. Time taken is in the ratio 6:5. Then speed will be in the ratio 5:6. So if it is 5:6 is the speed ratio. So 5:6 is the speed ratio. Then what is the ratio of the speed of the boat to the speed of the water current? So we know 5:6 is upstream speed is 5, downstream speed is 6. Then speed of the still water boat in still water is 5.5. So what is the stream speed? 0.5. So what ratio these both are in is nothing but 5.5 is to 0.5, which is 11 is to 1. Answer is 11 is to 1. 11 is to 1. Answer is 11 is to 1. Okay, answer is 11 is to 1 for this. So, okay, because you've asked you for one more time, see this. So what I'm telling you here is, see, a boat goes upstream, takes 8 hours and 24 minutes to cover a certain distance. So time is going to be 8 hours and 24 minutes. 8 hours and 24 minutes, okay? For it to go upstream, 8 hours and 24 minutes. So 8 hours and 24 minutes now, just a minute, trying to write here. 8 hours and 24 minutes na enna arthona upstream. So the same thing goes 5 hours to cover the 5/7 of the distance going downstream. So 5 hours to travel 5/7 of the distance. Now total distance of 7 parts. 5/7 என்ன அர்த்தம் 7ல 5 பங்கு டைம் பார்ட் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் 5 பார்ட் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் கவர் பண்றதுக்கு it has taken 5 hours. இப்போ 7 பார்ட்ஸ் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு நேரம் ஆகும் 7 hours. So time is in the ratio 8 hours and 24 minutes and 7 hours. Okay, so it is in the ratio what 7 hours ரெண்டுக்கும் எடுத்தானா into 5 12 minutes ஒரு பார்ட்டா எடுத்துக்கிறேன். So I'll get this what it will give me 35 12 minutes here, and if I put it here 42 12 minutes here. So time taken is in the ratio 42 is to 35, which is nothing but 6 is to 5. Time taken is in the ratio. Speed will be in the ratio 5 is to 6. Okay, so speed upstream is going to be 5, downstream is going to be 6, still water is going to be 5.5. So both speed is going to be what 0.5. So answer is 5.5 is to 0.5. Eleven is to 1. Next question. Give me the answer for this. I know it's going to be this one. I really want to see how many people are able to solve this question. Prakash says 8. I just want to see how many people are capably able to answer this question. Eight. Okay, good. Kalai as well as Prakash have told 8, but I'll tell you how I'm going to do this problem. See this. A man goes 30 kilometers upstream and 45 kilometers downstream in 10 hours. Also, you can go 40 kilometers upstream and 54 kilometers downstream in 13 hours. So basically, X's and Y's, which is in the problem, save but what I'm trying to do here is 30 kilometers upstream and 44 kilometers downstream in 10 hours. 44 kilometers downstream in 10 hours. Okay. So, in you can draw 40 kilometers upstream and 55 kilometers downstream, 55 kilometers downstream in 13 hours. So find the speed of the man in still water. So we don't have any idea as to what is going to happen here. So pen and clear. So what I'm doing here is trying to equate both of them. Okay, I'm trying to bring both of them equal. I'm multiplying this by 13, I'm multiplying this by 10. Okay, so which means if I multiply this by 13, what happens is this becomes 390 kilometers plus 44 into 13, 520 plus 572 kilometers becomes 130 hours, and this also is going to be what into 10 pota, it will become 400 kilometers plus 550 kilometers is equal to 130 hours, which means this 130 hours says both are equal, correct? So when I say both are equal, what can I do? 230 kilometers plus 572 kilometers is equal to 400 kilometers plus, just like how you did for this time and distance question, time and work questions, plus 550 kilometers. So when you erase this off, you'll get 22 kilometers of this is equal to 10 kilometers upstream. 10 kilometers upstream is equal to 22 kilometers downstream. Okay, 10 kilometers upstream is equal to 22 kilometers downstream. So which means downstream is to upstream is equal to 11 is to 5. So downstream is 11 now, upstream is going to be 5. So downstream 11, upstream 5 now, still water less speed or ratio in 8. So what is the speed of the man in still water? It's going to be 8. That's the answer. Here. Is that okay? Are you guys able to understand this? Yes, sir. Good. Thank you. So next question. Okay, give me the answer for this. Similar question. I believe this works very easy because at times, many a times what happens is like we believe, okay, this question may be tough and things like that, but the question is actually very easy. 10 kilometers per hour. Jayashree says 10 kilometers per hour. So what can be done? This can be multiplied by 6.5, 2 kilometers per hour. Find the speed of the current is what is given. Okay. So it's 24 kilometers downstream, 24 kilometers downstream, upstream, and 36 kilometers downstream in 6 hours. So 24 and 6. Okay. 24 kilometers downstream, then 6 kilometers, 36 kilometers, 24 kilometers upstream, plus 36 kilometers downstream. So which is going to be 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours. Then we have 36 kilometers downstream plus 24 kilometers, 36 kilometers upstream and 24 kilometers downstream in 6.5 hours. Okay, so how is it going to work? What is the speed of the current is the question. So all that we have here is this is 6 hours and this is 6.5 hours. So we just have to, what we did for the previous question, we just multiplied with the previous thing. Okay, this one multiplied by this and this one multiplied with this. Okay, so that is what we want. That's how we are going to do this. Okay, so if we multiply, what do we get as the answer? So how much do we get? So 6.5 இங்க multiply பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா probably we can take it as this 13, இது 12 ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டா, this 12 அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டா, which means this multiplied, yeah. So this multiplied will give you, this multiplied by, 2 together. So it becomes 48 kilometers plus 36 kilometers is equal to 12 hours. This becomes 36 kilometers plus 24 kilometers becomes plus 48 kilometers becomes 13 hours. Sorry, this becomes 48 kilometers plus 72. This becomes 72 kilometers plus 48. Okay, so just multiply by 13 and this by this thing. Okay, so this one by 13 and this one by 12. When we multiply, we get the answer. Okay, that is 12 into 12, 72. So we'll have to just do the multiplication part correctly. So multiplication part correct up until 13 into 480, 48. So it's 480 plus 480 plus it gives you 144. 480 plus 144 gives you 12, 624. So 624 plus 72 into 30 is 720, 720 plus. Okay, maybe calculation part someone helps me around, that will be easy for me. So you get, okay, 39 பண்ணலாம்ன்றீங்களா? Okay, 39 பண்ணலாம். Maybe Prakash has given me an idea. Why don't we do 39? So 24, 36, which is 6 hours, and 6, 36 plus 24 is 6.5. So if we do 39 இருந்துச்சுன்னா 39 kilometers போட்டோம்னா this becomes into 6.5 and this becomes into 6. Okay, so your answer would be 156 plus 234 is equal to 39 hours. Similarly here also 216 plus 156 gives you 39. Give me a minute. I'm not able to write it on the screen. Just give me. Okay. See what I'm doing here is like 24 kilometers upstream plus 36 kilometers downstream in 6 hours, 6 hours, and 36 kilometers downstream, upstream, and 24 kilometers downstream. It takes you 6.5. So just multiply. See this one into 6.5 and this one into 6. Okay, we just do that. We would get the answer as 156. Yeah, 156 into, yeah, 156 plus 234 is equal to 39 hours. Here you'll get 216 plus 156 is equal to 39 hours. Okay, so which means both are equal. Both are equal. So gives you this upstream, this downstream, this is upstream. These both gets cancelled now. 156. 156 kilometers upstream, and this gives you, this is downstream and this is upstream. Sorry. 156 kilometers upstream plus 234 kilometers downstream is equal to 216 kilometers upstream plus 156 kilometers downstream. Both are equal. So which means if we subtract these two, 60 kilometers upstream is equal to how many kilometers downstream? 34 plus 50, 44, which gives you 78 kilometers downstream. So the ratio is downstream is to upstream is 13 is to 10. Okay, our answer is downstream is 13, still water is 11.5, then upstream is 10. So what is the speed of the current? Speed of the current, same question. The ratio is 13 is to 10, correct? 13 is to 10. So find the speed of the current is a question. It's 144, is it? I put it as 156. Sorry, the calculations are wrong, is it? 24 kilometers. So if you do that, you'll get it as 2 kilometers, is it? Okay. 24 kilometers downstream, upstream, plus 36 kilometers downstream, 6 hours. And 36 kilometers upstream plus 24 kilometers downstream is equal to 6.5 hours. Okay. So we'll have to just multiply this by 6.5 and this by 6.5 and this by 6. So we do this, when I do this, what is 13 by 2? So how much do we get? You get 156 kilometers plus 156 kilometers plus 216, 224 plus 224. Here we'll get 156 plus 224. Here we'll get into 6, I put 216 plus 144. Just a minute. So end of the day, you guys have got the calculation right? You guys have got the calculation right. So when you got the calculation, what do you get at last? When you do the calculation, I think you'll get 2 kilometers per hour. If that is the case, we'll finish it as 2 kilometers per hour, because for me to get the calculation, it's taking a lot of time. Okay, so it's 2 kilometers per hour because I don't have a lot of space and this pen is also irritating. So it's always better that you finish with that. Okay, so 2 kilometers per hour mudichikalam. Okay, next question. A man can row 6 kilometers per hour in still water. The river is running at 2 kilometers per hour. It takes him 1.5 hours to row to a place and come back. How far is the place? Man can row 6 kilometers per hour in still water. When the river is running at 2 kilometers per hour, it takes him 1.5 hours to row to a place, come back. How far is the place? So a man can row at 6 kilometers per hour in still water. So man can row 6 kilometers per hour in still water. When the river is running at 2 kilometers per hour, it takes him, so downstream it goes 8, upstream it takes 4, okay? So when the river is running at 2 kilometers per hour, it takes him 1.5 hours to row to a place and come back. How far is the place? So the speeds are in the ratio 2:1. Speed is in the ratio 2:1, which is downstream is to upstream. The time taken should be 1:2. Correct? 1:2. So when he's going at 1.5 hours together, which means 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours is what he travels. So it's 90 minutes is divided as totally 3 parts. 1 plus 2, 3 parts. So then 1 part is equal to 30 minutes. So downstream, if he goes at 8 kilometers per hour, 8 kilometers per hour for half an hour, how much does he go? 8 kilometers for 60 minutes, now 30 minutes, how much does he go? It will be 4 kilometers. Answer is going to be 4 kilometers. Okay, upstream, if you take also upstream speed is going to be 4 kilometers per hour. That is for 60 minutes. And 1 minute only is traveling, which is 60 minutes only. 1 hour only is traveling, which is 60 minutes to 4 kilometers. The answer. How far is the place? The distance is going to be 4 kilometers because he is asking only for A to B. How far is the place? He's not asking the total distance. So the answer is 4 kilometers. Next question. In a stream running at 2 kilometers per hour, a motor boat goes 10 kilometers upstream and comes back to the starting point in 55 minutes. Find the speed of the motor boat in still water. A stream running at 2 kilometers per hour, a motorboat goes 10 kilometers upstream and comes back to the starting point in 55 minutes. So it's going to be 55 kilometers per hour. Yeah, good. So what happens? Stream running at 2 kilometers per hour and motorbike goes 10 kilometers upstream, which means upstream is going to be 8 kilometers per hour. Still water, we're not sure. Downstream, it's going to be what? Then 12 kilometers per hour. So if he goes 55 minutes, a motorboat goes 10 kilometers upstream and back to the starting point in 55 minutes. So goes up 10 kilometers upstream and comes back to the starting point in 55 minutes. Okay. Then find the speed of the motorbike. Like is the question. No, not the speed, it's the distance. Okay. 10 kilometers is the distance. Yeah. 10 kilometers distance it goes. Distance it goes and comes back. And speed of the running, its river is running at 2 kilometers per hour. Okay. So stream speed is 2 kilometers per hour. So how far is the thing is the question. So probably we take any one of them and we try to find the answers for this. If I take downstream as 17 and upstream, so then still water speed becomes 15. Upstream becomes what? 13. Okay. So can I go at 13 kilometers per hour and come back at 17, come back in 55 minutes? 22, if I do 20 or 22, it's still what? Then we get 24 downstream, 20 upstream, 20 upstream. So by the looks of it, since they've given you 55 minutes here, so since they've given you, what is it? Since they've given you 22 minutes here, we have an indication that it gets divisible by 11. So we have an indication it is 11. So what we have here is 2 kilometers per hour if, it is divisible by 11. So if I take it like that, for 22 kilometers is still water and எடுத்துக்கிட்டால், downstream will be 24, upstream will be 20. Okay, still water, downstream, upstream. So which means totally takes 55 minutes is what they've told. Inge speeds are in the ratio what? 12 is to downstream is to upstream. 12 is to 10. Obvious it's going to be 22 parts. So speed is in this ratio. Now time taken will also be 10 is to 12, which is going to be 22 parts. So it is getting divisible. So with this, we could very easily conclude. Because 22 parts in சொல்லும்போது, what we get is 10 parts here and 12 parts here. It's going to be 22 parts. 22 parts is nothing but 55 minutes. 22 parts is 55 minutes now. 22 parts is 55 minutes means one part is equal to 2.5 minutes. So 2.5 minutes now, this person, 10 parts is nothing but 2.5, which gives you 10 into 2.5 is equals 25 minutes downstream, and 12 into 2.5 is nothing but 30 minutes upstream. Together, it gives you 55 minutes. So our answer is going to be 22 kilometers per hour. 22 kilometers per hour. It's still there. Okay. So what I'm telling you here is, see, 22ங்கிறது வந்து still water speed இருந்துச்சுன்னா, we know 2 kilometers per hour is the stream speed. So if it is 22 here, we know downstream is going to be 24 and upstream is going to be 20. Got it? So it's 20 in both. Obviously, we have the speed ratio as downstream is to upstream as 24 is to 20, which is nothing but 5 is to 6. Okay, 5 is to 6 in the ratio speed. So then time taken will be in the ratio 6 is to 5. Together it gives you 11 parts. Correct? 11 parts. So 11 parts as per thing is going to be 55 minutes. If 11 parts is 55. The reason why I'm saying it's 22 is because see 22 சொல்றதுக்கான காரணம் என்னன்னு கேட்டா மத்த எதுல எடுத்தாலுமே you don't get the ratio which is divisible by 55. இப்போ பேசிக்கா இந்த மாதிரி கொஸ்டின்ஸ்ல எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம்னு நீங்க நினைச்சீங்கன்னா 55 மினிட்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்கன்னா 55 மினிட்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்கன்னா if we take 17 எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க ஸ்டில் வாட்டர் அப்போ இது 15 ஆகும் இது வந்து 19 ஆகும் this will become 15. ஓகேவா so these two do they have a ratio no they don't have a ratio at all 19 is to 15 வரும் if in case if I put it as 20 here and this will become what so this becomes 20 and this becomes what 22 so this becomes 22 this becomes what 18 so the ratio is 11 is to 9. Okay, so obviously this 11 is to 9 is not divisible by what number that is given here 55 minutes. So it's 20 parts is what you get. So it's not working out. If I put it as 22 here, so either 2 add பண்ணா 24 ஆகும். This becomes 20. So when you add these both, you'll get it as what? 5:6 is the ratio. Together it's giving you 11 parts. The 11 parts வந்து speed ஓட ரேஷியோவா இருந்தாலும் time taken is inverse 6:5 தான் இருக்கும். So obviously it is divisible by this 55 minutes. Okay, it gives you 55 minutes. So it is divisible என்னும்போது இப்போ ஈஸியா வந்து we could say it's 55 minutesங்கிறது ஈஸியா calculate பண்ணலாம். ஓகேவா? So with that concept I told it's 22. Okay. So next question. Try this question. A man can a man can row 9 by 5 kilometers per hour, 3 by 5 kilometers per hour in still water, and he finds that it takes him twice as much to row up as to row down same distance in river. So the speed of the current is the question. Okay. So a man can row 9 3 by 5 kilometers per of 9 3 by 5 kilometers in still water, and he finds that it takes him twice as much as to row up than as to row down. Okay. So which means time is going to be 2:1. So speed is going to be what? 1:2. Okay, it's unsure அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்கீங்க. So let's see this. So So speed time is 2:1. So speed is 1:2. Okay. So it takes him twice as much as to row up than as to row down the same distance. Okay. So a man can row 9 3/5 kilometers in still water, which means 9 3/5. Can I write it as 48 by 5? This is 48 by 5. So 48 by 5 அப்படின்னு போட்டிருந்தோம்னா this becomes no still we know upstream is going to be this and downstream is going to be this. So upstream is one part of the speed. Now downstream is going to be two parts of the stream of the speed, and then still water it's going to be 1.5. Got it? So it's going to be, if it is 1.5, we know this is going to be 48 by 5. We know this is 48 by 5. 48 by 5. So what they've told you is, he finds that it takes him twice as much as to row up to a distance and then to row down the distance. The speed of the current is their question. Okay, speed of the current is going to be what? 0.5 here also 0.5. So 1.5 இருந்துச்சுன்னா we get 9.6, 48 by 5, which is 9.6 kilometers as your distance. 9.6 kilometers per hour as the speed. 9.6 kilometers, which is 48 by 5 kilometers per hour as speed. Then 0.5 now, how much do you get? Answer is going to be 9.6 divided by 3, which is 3.2. 3.2. Okay, 3.2, which is nothing but 31 by 5 kilometers per hour. Okay, I'll teach you this. Okay, just a minute. See, man rows, a man can row 93 by 5 kilometers per hour in still water. Okay, in still water, which means, just a minute. So in still water, he goes 93 by 5. 93 by 5 means what do you get? There's nothing but 48 by 5. 48 by 5. Got it? 48 by 5. So upstream, it's going to be 48 by 5. 48 by 5 is going to be still water speed. Still water, it's nothing but what? 9.6. 9.6 kilometers per hour is still water. 9 3 by 5 எப்படி போட்டேன்? 5 into 3, 9 is 45. 45 plus 3 is 48. Still water speed is 9.6. Okay. Then downstream and upstream here, what is given here is, he finds that it takes him twice to row up as to row down the distance. Okay. So twice to row up than to row down. So which means time taken is in the ratio 2:1. Okay. The speed will be in the ratio 1:2. Am I right? 1:2. So அப்படி இருந்துச்சுன்னா downstream speed இது upstream, இது downstream. So downstream speed is 2 parts இருந்துச்சுன்னா upstream speed 1 part இருக்கும். The still water speed is 1.5. Alright. So which means stream ஓட speed வந்து 0.5. So 1.5 still water speed இருந்துச்சுன்னா actual speed is 9.6. This 1.5 is 9.6 here. Alright. அப்போ stream ஓட speed is 0.5. 0.5 இருந்துச்சுன்னா it's going to be 3.2. 3.2 kilometers. Okay, 3.2 kilometers per hour. But 3.2 is nothing but what? 3 1 by 5. Am I clear? 3 1 by 5 kilometers per hour. Sure? Yes, okay. So this is what happened in previous question. I think that is it for this. And previous question, or end question, I think we had a problem. For you now, okay. So see this. In the question, a man can row 24 kilometers upstream, and 36 kilometers downstream in 6 hours. 6 hours ன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. Also you can draw 36 kilometers upstream and 24 kilometers downstream in 6.5 hours. Okay, so we don't know what is the actual distance. So அதனால என்ன பண்றேன், this one I'm multiplying by 6.5 and this one I'm multiplying by 6. Okay வா, multiply பண்ணும்போது things would get easy for us. Okay, 6 into 1 by 2 தான். 6 into 6 போட்டா you get 144. சரியா, 144. 0.5 into 12 gives you plus 12. So plus 12 போட்டா 156 upstream plus here you get 36 gives you 8. 36 into 6 216 plus 18. So we get 234 downstream. Okay, which is equal to into 6.5 in the port on, you'll get 6 into 6.5, it's 39 hours. Similarly, இங்கேயும் 39 hours ஆயிருக்கும், into 6 மட்டும் போகணும். So this becomes 216 upstream plus 216 upstream plus this becomes how much? 24 into 6 is 24 into 6 is going to be 144 downstream. 144 downstream. Okay, so which very clearly gives me 156, 216 minus 156 is 60 kilometers upstream is equal to 90 kilometers downstream. 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers upstream is equal to, when you equate both of this, because both of them becomes equal now. Correct? 39 hours, 39 hours. So when you equate both of them, we'll get 60 kilometers upstream is equal to how much? 90 kilometers downstream, which means 2 times upstream is equal to 3 times downstream. 2 times upstream is equal to 3 times downstream. Okay, so 2 times upstream is equal to 3 times downstream. So you find the speed of the current is a question. So which means if this is going to be 6.5, 2 times upstream is equal to 3 times downstream, which means 6.5. Time taken will be in the ratio 3:2, and time taken is in the ratio 3:2, and speed will be in the ratio 2:3. So downstream, if it is 3, upstream becomes 2, still water speed is going to be 2.5. Speed of the current is going to be 0.5. Speed of the current is going to be 0.5. C to power 0.5 for an hour. So it's for 6 hours. It's for 6 hours. 12 kilometers upstream gives you, this gives you 15 and this gives you 18. So this is what we got, is it? 156 plus 234 is equal to 216 plus 144. 60 upstream is equal to 90 downstream. Is there any other mistake which I've done here? I think I'm still not getting it, that's why. This is good. So we get 90 kilometers downstream is equal to 60 kilometers upstream. So 90 kilometers downstream is equal to 60 kilometers upstream. So which means downstream is to upstream is in the ratio. So 3 parts downstream is equal to 2 parts here, 2 parts upstream. That's upstream. So we know the right answer. So it is like 30 plus, yeah, 30. Okay, correct. So 90 is to 60, which means the time taken can be 3 is to 2. 5 parts. 5 parts, okay, 5 parts. Which is nothing but 5 parts is 6.5. 5 parts is 6.5. 5 parts is 6.5. Okay, 6.5. Okay. You can say this also 90 downstream is equal to 60 there. So which gives 3 times downstream plus 2 times upstream. So which means 3 times downstream plus 2 times upstream, which is 6.5. 3 times downstream plus 2 times upstream is equal to 3 into 12 plus 2 into 12. 2 times upstream. Again, something which is going wrong necessarily. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, anyways, I think it's 2 is the answer. The other question which we had in pending is now it takes 16 hours for traveling downstream from A to B, come back to C, which is somewhere in between A and B. The speed of the boat is still water is 9, rate of the stream is 6, 9, stream is 6. So downstream becomes 15, upstream becomes 3. So speed is in the ratio 5 is to 1. Time taken will be in the ratio 1 is to 5. So boat takes 16 hours for traveling downstream from point A to B and coming back to C. So coming back to C, which means there was one part fully and comes back to C, which is the difference between A and C is the question. One is to 5, so which is the result of the 6. So yeah, this point is like, since they've told this, as you see this question, I think it is asking for somewhere in middle. Okay, we are not able to predict because somewhere in middle na ipo enna pannunomna 16 hours in kuduthirukradala what we'll have to do is for each statement we'll have to try to say 15 inga in upstream 3 na still water is 9 in both. Obviously what we'll have to do here right now is we know downstream it goes one part of the time, but upstream it's coming in 5 parts of the time. But in the 5 parts, like it can be what 1 year downstream 1 part in both. Upstream can be இது 2ம் போடலாம், 3யும் போடலாம், 3 parts of the time, 3 parts போடலாம். ஏன்னா 16 கொடுத்துருக்கிறதுனால ப்ராபப்ளி ஐ டேக் ஒன் பார்ட் இஸ் ஒன் ஹவரே எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன்னா மிச்சம் 15 hours இருக்கு. ஸோ 15 hours இதை 3 parts நான் போட்டுட்டு கூட பண்ணலாம். ஓகே, 3 3 3 3 போட்டேன்னா it becomes 3 into 15 gives you 45. 45 kilometers downstream, upstream இருந்துச்சுன்னா இதே 45 kilometers downstream போடணும். Gives you 90 kilometers. That's also an answer. புரியுதா நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னு? See, what is happening is total 16 hours கொடுத்துட்டாங்கம்மா. So we know something, still water is going to be 9. Stream ஓட speed வந்து 6 சொல்லிட்டாங்க. Stream speed வந்து 6. But downstream is going to be 15. Upstream is going to be 3. ஓகேவா? ஸோ அப்போ ரேஷியோ வந்துட்டு என்னன்னு சொல்லி அடிச்சுன்னா upstream is to downstream is 1:5. ஓகேவா? ஸோ we know இது speed. So time taken will be 5:1. Okay, so he is taking only one part of the time and this person is taking 5 parts of the time. So இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம், ரெண்டும் சேர்ந்து எனக்கு 16 hours வரணும் ஆக மொத்தம். So what can I do is I can still take one part of the time நான் 1 hourனே எடுத்துக்கிட்டா கூட 1 hourனு எடுத்துக்கிட்டா கூட upstream is downstream I'm going 1 hour அப்படின்னு போட்டா then upstream it's going to be what 15 hours மிச்சம் இருக்கு. 15 hours வந்து upstream போறாங்க, 15 hours வந்து upstream போறாங்க. So if I take it as 3 parts of the time, 3 parts போறாங்க அப்படின்ற மாதிரி வச்சுக்கிட்டேன். Which is one part is 5 ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன்னா, one part is 5 ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டேன்னா, obviously எனக்கு என்ன ஆன்சர் வரும்னா 3 parts is going to be 15. 15 hours travel பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. 15 hours they go at 3 kilometers per hour, it gives you 45 kilometers. அப்படின்னு இங்க எடுத்துரும், இங்க வந்துரும். But this one part will be what? 3 parts க்கு 45 னா 5 parts becomes 75. 75 plus 75 is 150 kilometers வரும். This becomes 75, this becomes 75, it's 150. This can be an answer. Or else it can still be what? In the 45 வந்துட்டு probably this one hour நீங்க எடுத்துக்கிறது பதிலா I can take it as one part as 3 hours. அப்போ மிச்சம் இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் அவங்க மிச்சம் இருக்கிறத வந்துட்டு I'm going to change it as like மிச்சம் one part is 3 hours பதிலா 2 hours எடுத்துக்கிட்டா அவங்க 7 parts எடுத்துக்கலாம். Anything may come in. Okay, you're not able to predict like what is going to be the actual thing. Okay, so if this is all working out, I don't think how far we can finish this answer. Okay, quickly we can finish this answer. So that's why I'm holding this back. I think this question cannot be determined. Okay, the answer cannot be determined because where அப்படின்றது நமக்கு தெரியாதனால we can't say this. So cannot be determined because more than one answer can come for this question. So your answer is cannot be determined for this question. Okay, and that question we'll keep it on hold. Okay, and that question we'll keep it on hold. Whichever question I told you, the other question I'm going to keep it on hold. Okay, so I just want to keep that on hold, and probably okay. I just wanted to start something for you guys, which is related to this thing, which is related to your. So I assume the total distance is 90 and C is 30. From B time it will be 16 hours. So the answer is 60 kilometers. See, அதான் சொல்றேன், 60 kilometers ஒரு சைடில் நீங்கள் வர்ற மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுனாலும் கூட இன்னொரு சைடில் பார்த்தா வேற ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் எடுத்தாலுமே you can still get a different answer there. நீங்கள் அசியூம் பண்ணியிருக்கிறது 60க்கு வந்திருக்கு. ஓகே, ஸோ இட் கேன் ஆல்சோ பி 90 at times and it can also be 100 at times. ஓகே, ஸோ 90யும் வரலாம், 100ம் வரலாம், எது வேணாலும் வரலாம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷன் இருக்கு இப்போ இந்த கொஸ்டினில். So because we have more than one answer for this question, we may take it as cannot be determined. Okay, so anyways, since you told this, we'll do something now. So we'll do something now. I have a question that is like, see, I have another topic which I thought I'll do it, but anyways, it's 2:15. I don't want to start at the end of a session. Okay, end of a session. So it's almost like going to end the session. So அதனால நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா, I'll just tell you certain things which I would really like to appreciate if you guys can follow. Okay, especially when it comes to AMCAT test. ஸோ இந்த ஆம்கேட் டெஸ்ட்டில் பேசிக்காக நீங்கள் நிறைய விஷயம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். பட் அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் தட் ஆம்கேட் மட்டும் இல்லாமல் there is also companies like L&D which is also visiting. Okay, something which is I am trying to give from my end is going to be questions which are tougher. So tougher and higher level is what we are planning to do. But basic questions பொறுத்தளவுக்கு எப்படி வருதுன்னு கேட்டா ரொம்ப simplified levelல தான் இருக்கு. Okay, it's not going to be that very tough for you guys to handle. Okay, so have that in your mind first of all. And something that I would really like to tell you guys is questions. If questions are of base level, which means ஓரளவுக்கு questions வந்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியான டிஃபிகல்ட்டியில் இருந்துச்சுன்னா probably it is an understanding that okay, you can go on to the next level. Save a lot of time in solving questions. Okay, save a lot of time, especially in quants when you have LCM, HCF questions. Probably save a lot of time in those questions. I'm planning to put in a small video which can help you to HCF and LCM ல வந்துட்டு how could you go with options. அதுக்காக I'm planning to do some video. I really wish to know what all kind of topics which you would like to have some shortcuts which can help you. அந்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னா பெட்டரா இருக்கும் சார். நீங்க சொல்லுங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா I would create some videos for you on that. So if do you have any specific topics from which you want to learn things? Need for probability I'm going to start in a bit of time, that is like today and tomorrow probably permutation start பண்ணிடுவேன். So probability we'll have, but anyways videos வேணும்னா any specific as you say இதுக்கு வேணும்னா பண்ணலாம். Time and clocks related videos வேணும். Okay, videos will do it for clocks and time. Okay, anything else? Any other topic which you want? Pipes systems. Okay, pipes systems, no big deal. Don't worry. But anyways, if you want any thing, I will definitely do it for you. So pipes and systems kum panikalam, no big deal. Click kavalapada venam. So any other topic? And in the moon topic we'll do. So இப்போ என்னோட plan என்னன்னு கேட்டா permutations, search and this is okay, we could do that also. I'll definitely do them for them also. See, in the topics கெல்லாம் இப்போ என்ன ஆகுதுன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, for example நீங்க சொன்ன இப்போ பேசிக்கா when you have to score for time AMCATல score பண்ணணும், if you want to score something good அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா, what is very important is understanding the questions and the kind of questions that you may get. That is like time and number system questions வருதுன்னா எவ்வளோ ஷார்ட்டா முடிக்க முடியுமோ and எவ்வளோ ப்ரிசைஸா முடிக்க முடியுமோ through options or anything else. And அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணனா it will be even more easier for you guys to handle it. Okay, so if you guys can, for example HCF or LCM questionல நீங்க டைரக்டா ஃபுல்லா சால்வ் பண்ணும்போது what happens is it takes a lot of time for you to solve. So being at the quickest time is very important. Okay, so being very quick and understanding where you stand is very important. So apart from that, it is also important if you guys can actually see where you can இதே மாதிரி என்னென்ன டாபிக்ஸ் இருக்கு where you can save time அப்படின்றது நீங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, maybe you have this topic related to digital sum, percentages questions. So percentages questionல digital sum கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது, compound interest questions, அந்த மாதிரி questionsல finding the difference between questions எல்லாம் இருக்கு. So those questions and all you can save a lot of time. Okay, and that time can be used in certain other topics because you finish questions faster with accuracy. You get to solve one more question extra. Okay, so these are all things which would help you big time. Okay, so rather than just sticking on to your traditional methods, what I see basically in students is guys are sticking on to a traditional method predominantly. The traditional method I'm talking about is நீங்கள் எப்படின்னா ஒரு கொஸ்டினை எக்ஸ் ஒய்ல சால்வ் பண்ணுறதுலையே ப்ரிடாமினெண்ட்டாக இருக்கீங்க. இப்போ நான் யூஸ் பண்ண நிறைய கொஸ்டின்ஸில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எக்ஸ் அண்ட் ஒய்ஸ் வச்சு நான் சால்வ் பண்ணியிருக்க மாட்டேன். ஸோ இந்த டைம் அண்ட் டிஸ்டன்ஸ்லேயே யூ குட் ஹவ் சீன், ஸோ இந்த போர்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்ட்ரீம்ஸ்லேயே யூ குட் ஹவ் சீன் ஃபியூ பீப்புள் காட் தட் டெக்னிக் ஆல்ரெடி. ஸோ ஸ்பீடு டவுன்ஸ்ட்ரீமுக்கும் அப்ஸ்ட்ரீமுக்கும் இருக்கிற ரேஷியோ வச்சு அந்த ஆப்ஷனை வச்சு ஆன்சர் கொண்டு வர முடியும். ஸோ யூ சி தி ratio between time and speed, this thing we know that 11 parts speed and this thing is going to be in 11 parts of the speed இருக்குன்னா, for example downstream is 6 parts and upstream is 5 parts. Now together it's going to be 11 parts. So ulta of that is going to be the time taken. Correct. So total 22 hours, 33 hours, 44 hours வருதுன்னா obvious that should be 6 plus 5ங்கிறதுல தான் ஆன்சர் வரும். அந்த 6 plus 5 காம்பினேஷன் அதில் தான் ஆன்சர் வரும் தவிர it will not be what 10 hours or 11, 12 hours, 13 hours வராது. அந்த அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் வேணும். Rather than just solving everything at x's and y's la solve பண்ணும்போது we will not be going through those kind of knack and all. That knack, if you don't know, that will not help you big time. Okay, so this is something that I wanted to tell you guys. Okay. Apart from that, other things that I would like to appreciate is if you guys are having this temperament of, even if you get a tougher question during AMCAT, if you get a tougher question, please hold on, please don't worry, please be happy. If you're getting a tougher question, means that you have more possibility of clearing the test. Over question me I spoke to a couple of friends, students here, and what they told me was like, sir, I was not able to answer three questions finally. Three questions I've left it pending. So that's okay. But what happened was when I went through their scores, the scores was very big, very huge, which means அவங்களுக்கு அந்த score தெரியாது, but I knew it. So I went and looked into their scores, and what I understood was like their scores are much higher than what they expected, which means அவங்க வந்து clear பண்றதை விட 200, 300 marks அதிகமாக வாங்கியிருந்தாங்க. The reason why that has happened is they also told me it was a very tough test. The reason why that is happening is because of this only. Okay, இந்த ரீசன்னால தான் அது தப்பாகுது, பிரச்சனை ஆகுது. ஓகே, காட் இட். ஸோ இந்த ரீசனை வந்து ஓவர் கம் பண்ணணும்னு நினச்சிங்கன்னா ப்ராபப்ளி ஓடும், அதாவது அந்த டெஸ்ட் வந்து கஷ்டமாக வருது, அதை நீங்கள் வந்து கவலையப்படாமல் கரெக்டாக அதை சால்வ் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணீங்கனாலே வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ் இஸ் யூ வில் கெட் a lot of time and you will get a lot of scores also, a lot of marks also. Got it? So have that in your mind and please make sure you guys are planning accordingly. Don't panic on anything. Okay, verbal பொறுத்தளவுக்கு vocabularies, there's chances for vocabularies to repeat or something which may come in, and it will not be a very tough vocabulary at all. Whatever you have in AMCAT is not going to be tough at all. நீங்க யூசேஜ்ல இருக்கிற vocabulary தான் இருக்கும். Okay, so please have that in your mind. And reasoning, I know you guys will be doing it really well. Okay, it's no big deal about these things at all. So think about all these things. That's what I wanted to tell. So give me your mail IDs for today. For now, probably in the evening session we'll do a bigger session for this. Okay, we'll start with a new topic. Okay, if you have any doubts, you guys can ask me that.